Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tamiya radio controlled truck build. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start to do a bit of painting. This will be the very first piece of painting in the project, so I'm really looking forward to that. I always do find the painting therapeutic, however when it comes to actually spray painting the main cab, that is going to be nerve-wracking because the only time I become a perfectionist is when I'm painting. When I'm spray painting, and if I get it wrong, if I get a run or if I miss a bit or I just don't like the finish, I'm gonna kick myself because that is just the way I am. So I'm kind of dreading that, but as for this piece here, really looking forward to it. So I'm going to keep this one separate from these three. These are genuine Tamiya paint tubs, if you want to call them that. So basically we've got the X11 first of all. This is the silver, and this is going to be used straight away. This is the first one we're going to use. It is basically for any kind of chrome surrounds, so it's going to really just, you know, to make it look really swish, make it look really good. The other three, as I said, the black is X1. That I don't think is going to be used today, but it is definitely going to be used throughout the project later. I think it is more for the front of the cab, so that's going to have many uses, but just not today. This one is the X27. This is the clear red, so it actually dries clear but red, so that's going to be used for the rear tail lights, for the lenses, the light lenses, which are just here. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And we've got the clear orange, which is going to be the indicators on the lenses too. And obviously any light which is clear stays clear. We don't need to paint it. Although you can do, I think there is actually a clear paint, but we just don't need to do it, so we won't do. Those screws are not part of the project at this stage, but basically what we're going to be doing is the fender. It's called the fender, but it is going to incorporate the mud flaps. And the mud flaps I am actually very impressed with. It is just some rubber, which might sound really boring and not very amazing, but actually, even for this build, I was expecting just a cheap piece of plastic which would snap as soon as you try and bend it. So the fact that we've actually got some really decent quality feeling rubber there for the mud flaps, I am impressed with, so that is good. Let's first of all start to assemble this piece. They do say left and right on them. These are the stays, fender stays. So it is fairly simple, I believe. We've got the rubber already clipped to it. These are R pieces, R8s. This is something else, a piece of rubber. And I think all we have to do is just basically put them onto here, like that. That's correct. And then it's already got a screw hole, so we just put them in. These are BB3s. Might take a little while just to find the hole because it's such a fine hole, but eventually it should go in. There we go, that's good. So I'm not going to put the next piece on yet because that is the piece that needs to be painted. We possibly could do it with it on, but I need to look at it first. If I have to paint it before fitting it, I will do. Right, so that is the very first mud flap fitted. And I do think it looks pretty good. On camera it probably doesn't look like much, but it's going to really change the look of this vehicle, or truck. So I'm going to put that onto one side. We're going to do this one as well. It is extremely simple. Just basically sits over there. That's good. Must make sure I do this correctly. So it's like that. There we go. Good. Okay, so that's one. And secondly, we've got this one here as well. There we go. So that is two done, left and right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find these pieces. They're called R10s. So that's going to be on the main R sprue, just here. Oh, at least this one is an R10. I think they must be different. This one must be an R9. It is. In fact, we'll do the R9 first. So I'll put the R10 just over there, just so I don't lose it. Sorry, if you can hear my creaking chair, it's because I'm basically sat on a rubbish chair. And I shouldn't be. I should sit on a better chair, because it will stop the creaking, obviously. Right, so this is the piece which we're going to paint. T3 is a piece we require. That should come off really easily. And that will fit onto there. I'm going to just neaten it up a bit, try and get rid of these sharp edges, just to improve the look of it. Okay, so that's looking much better. So that will then somehow sit onto here. Probably only goes one way round. But yeah, it must actually just stick on there, I suppose. So let's get this open. First time I've ever opened one of these. Okay, it's going to need a good shake. It's definitely going to need a good shake. Here goes. Oh yeah, that's some good shaking and some good chair squeaking, just to make it all go well together. How's that looking? Oh, fantastic, look at that. In fact, I've probably got enough in the lid. So if I just put that to one side, I need to really sort out this chair. There's always something, every episode there is something else I need to sort out. I'm going to go for just a, not very fine brush for this, because it doesn't really need to be. Come on, brush. Come on. There we go, brush. Good. So here it is. Yeah, there's plenty in the lid there. It's actually really good. Makes it much easier for us. I'm just going to paint it into here. Obviously I'm going to try and do it as neatly as possible. I don't know how well you can see there, but hopefully quite well. And certainly one thing I'm noticing straight away is it's very easy paint to work with. Sticks really well, really good adhesion. Yeah, that's fantastic. I don't know if I need to be too careful about not getting it on the outside. I suppose I should be careful. Yep, I will be, because that's supposed to stay black, I think. Yeah, probably shouldn't also use my finger for this. I'll just get a rag. Right, so what I've done this time is I've actually put a rag around the outside, just so in the unlikely event some does go on the outside, it won't actually stick. Won't be able to, because I think the outside is supposed to stay black, because it's not part of the lens. So it's quite an intricate detail doing the inside of here. And I'm not the best painter in the world, that's for sure. But if I can make it look good, then I'm happy. So that's the first one done. I'm actually going to do the other one as well, because I would like to do a second coat. Because it's not bad, but it really could benefit from another coat. So I'll get this one done too, and then we'll come back to the first one, then we'll come back to this one, and then it should be ready to fit. Right, so they are done. It's probably not that easy to see on the camera, but they are painted. So obviously there's a piece on top, it doesn't matter because that's going to be covered in cement anyway, with the lens put over the top of it. And in fact, you're not really going to see a great deal anyway of the paint which we've just put in there, but it's just in case you were to look into that detail, it would be there and you would be able to see it. So we can now fit these to the correct side. This must be the left side. I've been stupid and mixed them up, but you can't really go wrong, I don't think, because of the way that the actual piece is made. Because it would be upside down, the screw holes are on the wrong side. So it must be... I did get it wrong, it's this one here. It must be this one here, because it wouldn't work the other way. So I'll get this put onto here, and then we'll be able to put the lenses on. Okay, so that is both of them done. The electric screwdriver actually made that much easier than using the standard screwdriver. And basically, the lenses, once painted, will be able to fit directly over here. I don't know if it is possible to go wrong, but it definitely fits into a groove there, so that's how it should be. All I need to do now is make sure I paint the correct ones. Now, luckily, this is marked for us, but if I flip it over, obviously it's going to be the other side. So X26, which is the clear orange, goes on the left, as you would expect for a vehicle in the UK. And X27 goes in the middle. And then as for these two, I don't know. Doesn't seem to say. X26, that one there. X27, that one there. Let's just hope I do it right. yeah, I think well, it's funny actually. One thing's for sure, the inside is definitely left untouched. But I must make sure I put the correct one on the correct lens. We're looking for T3 and T2. Just tidy this one up. Okay, so yeah, this one is T2, which goes onto the right hand side, and this one here is the left hand side. So they are on the correct sides. Just making sure we do this right. I'm actually worried about doing it wrong. It's more actually, yeah, it can't be too bad. Okay, well, we'll get it done. I'll have to get a different paintbrush. Here we go. So let's open things up. There might be enough in the lid again. It looks like there is. So when we flip it over, I'm still worried. I'm still worried about doing it wrong. That must be the back, surely. I'm so worried about doing it wrong. Yeah, that is definitely right. That is right. Okay, so I'm committed to do it now. Ooh, it's like glue. This one here. This is when I get a load of people commenting saying, "Oh, Daggerwin, you're doing it in the wrong one." I'm going to have to be more careful than this. No mistakes so far, but I feel to be doing it a bit slapdash. And if I feel like I am, then I must be. Trying to get even coverage as well. Don't want an accumulation in one corner. Now a funny one is that it shows the right outside one as a shaded in colour. The X26 neighbours it, but do I paint that in one as well? If only I had a picture. I think I do. I can't go too badly wrong, to be honest. I think even if it's wrong, it doesn't really bother me for that one because it's so close to the indicator anyway. It's if I got it in the wrong order, that would be that's when I'd be annoyed. But I think it's probably better to take it seriously and be annoyed than it is just to be relaxed and then, you know, afterwards say you finished it and then actually it's a pile of scrap and should be restarted. I do try and take pride in my work, so that's why I'm like this. I just hope that I haven't put too much in here. Obviously I just picked up a bit more on the brush, but that's just to put a bit more in the middle. Seems to be more around the edges. Okay, well I'm not too unhappy about that. I think that's quite good. I think it is. Let's just see. It's missing a bit on the edge there, I can see. But overall, yeah, I'm fairly happy with that one. Seems quite good. So we'll do the other one as well. The good thing is it is a symmetrical piece, so I shouldn't be able to get it wrong. I'm also not actually wanting to be doing this on the manual, but I'm fairly confident, as it is such a delicate process, that I'm not going to actually get it onto the book, because it's not going to drip. It seems like really gluey, sticky stuff. Okay, so now I'll do the edge. I don't know what everybody does when they're watching these videos, but I'm assuming most people are doing something else at the same time, because obviously it's a slow process. Maybe playing a bit of Farming Simulator. Maybe building one of these yourself. Probably unlikely, but if you are, fantastic. Okay, so that's that one. And actually that isn't looking too bad. I really shouldn't congratulate myself, because it's never a good thing to do. We have some indicators. So I'm going to wash this brush, and I'm going to do the red with the same one. What I would be not happy about is contaminating the orange. I would not want to contaminate the orange, because then it'd be such a bad finish, because you could clearly see that it's been painted, and it's been painted badly. This is the one though. Do I go further? Do I go to that far one? And I think I do, because it's showing its shaders in here. It's just the far end which is left clear for reversing lights. And I think actually the red might need to have 2 layers, because despite it being a fairly strong colour, it's actually fading away quite well, almost fading to pink. So I'll let that one dry and I'll have to come back to it. Probably should do 2 coats anyway, but yeah, that's just not quite as strong as the orange for some reason. And there we go, it is done. I'm hoping it's done to a strong enough colour. If it isn't, then I can always redo it. I can do another layer. But the thing is, once it's stuck on there, it's going to be pretty tough to do that. We don't want to be taking them off. So what I'll do is I'll actually put these onto here. We can look at them, I can see if I've missed anything, and that way it's going to avoid any issues in the future, me going back to it and thinking, oh, I wish I'd done a piece there. But yeah, what do you think basically? Might be quite hard to see on the camera, but personally I'm quite happy with them. There might be a bit of lack of colour in the red here, but overall I think it could be worse. I suppose, yeah, the edges could have a bit more, I suppose, although it's not too bad. Well, I can't stay on it all day, so I think I'm going to say that's done. I'm not too bothered about it when it comes to, you know, right in the corner, which you have to look at with a magnifying glass to spot. It's just if there's something obviously not right, but I think that is that's as good as it's going to get, in my opinion. So, yes, we are now going to actually stick these down. I might let them dry. I don't know if we have to. Yeah, I think I will, because my concern would be if some of the liquid cement actually runs into the paint, it would bubble it up or something and cause a right mess. So they're going to have to dry, which means that we are actually done for today. I know it's only been one part, it's just been part 33 and that's it, but there's not an awful lot more I can do. Tell you what, I'm going to go away, I'm going to jump cut, and in a second, for you, they're going to be nice and dry, and we'll stick them on and at least finish section 33. Okay, so we're now ready. It's a nerve-wracking moment. One thing I did notice actually is even when they're in position, because they've got these little tabs on here which are quite hard to see. Sorry, I'll move more into the camera, that would be good. There's tabs to sort of guide them into position, and yeah, even when they're in, it still doesn't actually sit perfectly flush, which is interesting. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, make sure I get these right. That would be bad if I stick them on the wrong way. In fact, I have already mixed them up, which is not good. That's the way it should be. Good. Okay, so that's how they're going to be. I'm going to have to be super careful with this, but as I say, it doesn't actually sit on there perfectly anyway, just the way it is. So this is actually an even more delicate process, because get it on the paint could be bad. It could be detrimental. It could be really bad. I don't know if you're supposed to wear gloves for this stuff, but I'm going to try my best not to get it on myself. Okay. And the fiddly moment begins. There. It's down. Number 1 is done. Let's hope it sticks and doesn't react with the paint or anything. In fact, you can see on there it's actually got a tiny bit of paint, despite it being dry. Still sort of stripped the paint off a bit. Doesn't matter though, because that's come off the outside area. But that's why I didn't want it to run further down into where I've painted it properly. It's actually smelling like really strong glue. You know that really strong super glue you can get? It smells just like that. I suppose that's why it's called liquid cement. And this one. Let's get it right. Oh. There we go. So that one is done as well. Perfect. So we're going to finish it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.